Hands across America.
Got you. Say less. Here's this little death shot.
Look, this is, before we start every show, we always have to do a shot to remind us that we are. You look so scared.
I don't want to pick it up because, like, college, man. Like,
the fact that Jean has PTSD from drinking vodka in college. This is Tito's, though. Like, there's worse brands. We're not being sponsored by Tito's, but they should sponsor us. Casamigos, actually.
Casamigos should definitely sponsor wherever this is at.
We've gone through 3 gallons of Casamigos.
Yes, and Moscow, too. Like, yes.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. All right, so we're going to toast to new opportunities and to all of us being rich.
Yes.
One of us already is rich.
That's just my name, though.
See what I did there? Salud. All right, this is the part where we actually have to drink it, y'all. Y'all ready? Okay, and this is the part where they play the intro music. Oh, God, see? Don't you feel more laid back?
No, I feel terrible. I feel traumatized. I feel triggered. Like,
it wasn't that bad to me.
Bro, it wasn't that. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. But the thing is, though, here's the thing. Like, I went to this event.
Yeah.
And they had vodka, and the dude was like, "Try my vodka." I was like, "Nah, I'm good." He's like, "Please, like, it's like, I made this from some far off place, and I put a lot of work in it, and it's different. And I'm gonna give you this nitrous version of it, which is like super cold." I was like, "All right." I was like, and he told me his story about him being an Indian, Native American, like, and I was like, "Okay, cool. Let me try it."
My tongue just went numb, but continue.
So I tried the thing. Yeah, see? Look at you. I tried it.
I'm fine. Thank you.
And it went down smooth.
Oh, nice. See?
And I said, "Oh, shoot." So take it home. Now I take the thing home. Let me try it before I go out. Took 2 shots. Yacked that night.
I mean, you could have ate something funny.
No, it was the vodka.
No, it was the vodka.
It was the vodka.
Did
like,
you eat anything prior to?
I ate. Yeah, I eat like 4 or 5 meals a day. Like,
oh, well, shit.
This subtle flex was brought to you by I eat
gourmet meals
3 times a day. Hello Fresh was good.
It's the most Haitian meals ever. Like,
oh, that is.
I eat
yummy.
like in the morning. I do like the eggs with banan and what's it called?
Plantains, guys. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then in the afternoon I'll get like a chicken sandwich. And
you eat like a growing boy.
I make like rice and chicken or rice and steak in the afternoon.
For those of you who are getting hungry, the voice that you were hearing is Jean-Elie, who plays Amal, Issa's snarky gay brother on Insecure. you like that segue?
Yeah, I see.
Because I was getting hungry. I was like, did I eat today?
Right.
And the other voice you hear is Richard. Well, I like to call you Rich or Richie.
Yeah.
I love that your handle on Instagram is Richie Loco because I just feel like that tells everybody you're with the shits.
I'm with the shits.
And there's been a couple times I've seen you in wigs covered in satins, and I've been we'll discuss that picture. Richie Nevels, who plays Molly's equally outspoken brother Curtis. I'm thinking about calling this episode Brotherly Love. Because you guys both play brothers and you also act like brothers off screen.
Yeah.
And I met you guys through Norman Towns, who's a friend of the show. Norman is like a brother to me. I love him. So this is all a family
I
affair.
feel like if you don't know Norman, you don't know
all
anybody.
of Los Angeles. TMZ was doing an episode, something about how Brittany, one of Nick Cannon's baby mamas, was having a secret baby shower and da-da-da-da. And I'm watching it for work, and there goes Norman.
Norman's there. Yeah.
I'm like, Norman, I called like, Norman, why were you there? Oh, I grew up with her. That's my girl. I was like, of course, because you grew up with everybody.
So,
everybody in Los
Norman
Angeles knows Norman.
Norman's like my brother too, so I guess we're sisters. So
We're sisters. You a handsome woman. For those who are watching this
Norman's
show,
like my brother too, so we are brothers and sisters on top of being cousins.
Yo, he's Haitian, so I'm convinced that we have to be related because there's like 12 Haitians in Los Angeles.
For real.
I've met 6 through Norman.
I met 2.
Will you see that? Well,
you and Sean.
There we go right now. All right, so the thing about you guys being on the show is I love you guys as characters. I was saying this before we started taping. I think you're both scene stealers. I feel bad for any main character who's in a scene with you because you have a way of, you're supposed to be supporting, but you take all the energy. And I wanted to ask, for people who are trying to get in this industry, how does one become a scene stealer? Is it intentional? Do they write you that way, or is it a twinkle in your eye?
Honestly, I think it's just the way they write the scenes. Like, they're really good at how the way they're writing the scenes, and we're doing our best to embody everything that they're writing and they're putting down on the paper.
I don't see black men get to be this playful usually. There's a playfulness and a humanity in the way. And the show's called Humanized. You see how I did that?
Yeah.
There's a playfulness and a humanity in the way that you guys
see
shoot.
you,
You
Blue.
see full circle. Like that episode, I watch all episodes of Insecure, and when they're in the hospital and it's serious, and then we realize that Issa wants to get in Richie's pants. And then you lean over and say that infamous line, like, hug me before my wife gets out the car. Like, I was like, that is hilarious.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever improvise at all when you have those moments written in for you?
Oh yeah. We
definitely.
definitely improvise.
Definitely.
That just comes naturally. Like, as you're just playing. And sometimes it's happening off camera. Like, we're thinking we're off camera, but it's still.
Oh, and the camera's
still
rolling. They're
still
catching you,
rolling
kikiing.
and catching you, like messing around.
You and Natasha though. The way y'all banter.
Even since like last season, man, like it was hilarious.
I want that you guys to have a spinoff. I want there to be a premise, and I'm going to sell this to y'all.
Go ahead.
You heard it here first.
Picture, go ahead.
Where you are a guest host on her podcast. And because you guys can't stand each other, the tension creates great ratings. So she's forced to keep you on. But she despises you. And the whole episode, like, I think that'd be a great, like, spinoff.
That's not bad. That sounds fun.
I'm just saying. It sounds like a great episode. Okay, you guys, we skipped the
It
part.
would be the morning show, just the podcast version.
Yes. Where black people is not. You know what the funny thing is? You play a gay character, but you do it in a way that is. There's so much levity to, because a lot of times when you see gay black characters, it's always like, oh, you know, I'm about to die by the third act. Like, it's always so like doom and gloom. He's a regular person, and I was surprised to see the show have LGBTQ folks and not make it feel like a after school special.
Yeah, that's
because that shit gets tiring.
It does.
Here goes the sad gay.
Yeah. Like, I feel like that's one of the best things about Mal. Like, one of the best things about Mal, he's just a regular person.
He's with the shits.
And he's with the shits, for sure.
Yeah, and I think Issa might sleep with Richie's character before.
Damn. Curtis between the sheets.
Well, speaking of which, we usually start off the show with doing Hot Topics. But before we did the Hot Topics, I had to have that moment with you guys because Jean is out here, selling content and having writers' rooms, and it's fancy. So at some point, you're going to go to the bathroom and never come back because you have to go to a writer's room.
Yeah.
But before that, I wanted to make it time for me to give you both your flowers because the men on the show have been so amazing on and off screen. Like, I've met so many of you guys off screen, and you make me like the show even more.
Oh man, look at that.
And in Los Angeles, it's usually the opposite. You watch a show and you like it, then you meet somebody, you're like, I hope they kill off your character. You know what I mean? It's very rare that you still like somebody after you've met them, and that's why I wanted you guys to be on here, because I was like, we need good, solid working actors to show that you can still like get checks and direct deposits and be on the show and still be like a decent human.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Is it though in Los Angeles?
I mean,
No,
not in Los Angeles, but
that's what it's all about.
That's the thing though. I'm from here.
Yeah, you are.
But I'm from South Central LA. See, I'm
The
not
real
from,
part.
Yeah, I'm from the real part. You know what
And
I
also,
mean?
I think that people in LA get a bad rap because of transplants. Like, transplants
Yes.
are
Man,
the
they
ones
ruin
that
it,
ruin
bro.
because they left it, whatever bumfuck city they came from,
With something to prove.
with something to prove.
Yep.
And then they're bringing all that energy into LA and meeting people, and people are like, damn, these LA people are trash. And I'm like, you meet a real LA person, like, I mean, you meet Rich, you meet people that's actually from here, you're like,
I love everybody from
damn.
Crenshaw. I feel like anybody who
The energy is
Inglewood,
amazing.
like anybody who I really, really fuck with a lot is either someone who's from the part of the East Coast that's still on them, so they're down to earth because they haven't been told to fake it yet.
Yeah.
Or they're actually just from LA.
Yeah.
It's those two extremes, but everybody
man.
in the middle makes me nervous.
Man, you got those people that don't even come, south of the 10. They don't go past, or they don't go to Inglewood, Long Beach, Hawthorne, the South.
Lamar
Bay,
Park
nothing.
is where it's at. I feel like that's the heart of this. I'm not allowed to say that, but I feel like Crenshaw should be seen the same way that Harlem is seen in New York.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's certain flowers that LA in general doesn't get for the people who are from
From
here.
here. Yeah.
And I love the people who are from here more than the transplants.
too.
Even though I am a transplant, so I'm a hypocrite.
Oh.
no, you're not.
No, you're not. But you keep it
You speaking your truth.
Yeah, it's just
You
that
speaking your truth.
the natives are much nicer to me.
Yeah.
They're so much
The
nicer.
natives are amazing.
Because we're not out here trying to prove anything.
'Cause you
know
already
what I mean?
here.
We're here. Like, bro, we already know what it's about, and Hollywood Hollywood ain't just it. You know what I mean?
You know what's funny? Like the biggest thing was when you're wherever you're from, you're sitting there like Hollywood's gonna be amazing. Everybody's still gonna be so dope, and then you get like Hollywood is the hood.
It's the hood. It is the hood.
Yeah.
Speaking of rich folks who came from humble beginnings, we're going to get into hot topics. And the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is Kanye versus Drake. Not versus, because it wasn't a versus. And everybody made it a point to say Drake didn't show up like he thought it was a versus.
Okay.
It wasn't. But Kanye and Drake had their free Larry Hoover concert.
Yeah.
Did not want to get in trouble with anybody associated. So free Larry Hoover.
Right.
Was I the only person in Los Angeles who didn't feel compelled to go? Because I feel like everybody and their mother
I
went.
was watching it from Instagram.
Okay, so you were also at home watching it, because I didn't feel everybody and their mother was out there. Did you go?
I have yet to even watch it.
Oh snap! Okay, well I was.
You got the wrong demo.
I love that. You know why? Because I only saw clips, and there was one clip in particular that was interesting to me. First of all, are you team Drake or team Ye?
I'm more team Drake.
Yeah.
Same.
I'm more team Drake.
Really?
Same.
Yeah, I'm team Drake.
I'm team Drake because I have history with Drake. That's why
this
I'm team Drake.
second subtle flex by
Oh,
Sean.
look
See why?
at
Nah, it's not even a flex.
Back in my Toronto days.
Okay. They
Not
know about
even.
it.
Not even. Not
Yeah,
even.
man.
You and Aubrey used to,
No,
be in the.
like I used to promote nightclubs in Rhode Island, and
Oh yes.
we booked Drake for a show at URI, Degrassi days.
Oh wow! Back
So
when he was
first-
Jimmy in the wheelchair.
So we booked him for
Wheelchair
a
Jimmy.
show, and I remember the whole conversation about who's Drake? Who's Drake? Why are we spending this much money for this guy? Come to find out, he shows up. First off, we sell out.
Artist of the decade in the making.
Sell out, and then everybody is singing his song verbatim.
Oh,
And I was
love
like,
that.
oh my God, this guy is phenomenal.
He's about to
And
blow.
then fast forward a couple years, I'm second ADing. I'm doing a music video. I'm second ADing a music video for Drake, and I bring that story up.
Oh my God!
And we're talking about that again.
And it probably made his heart
And-
warm, because you could tell that he really wants to know who really cares about him as a
And it's-
person.
Right.
Drake got feelings.
And it's all
Right.
the same people he had at the URI show.
See,
in
that's
LA.
why I love people who
6
do
years
that.
and- six-
Issa
five
does the same
years
thing.
and-
Folks who keep their core tribe,
Right.
and who you can tell, like, yo, you really are with your people. I trust them more. Because I feel like there's somebody around who's going to tell you when you're full of shit. Speaking of people who are going to tell you when you're full of shit, the standout moment of the Kanye and Drake concert, actually the Kanye concert with Drake as a special guest, was when Kanye got on stage and said, I need you to run back to me, Kimberly. He sang that during a song, basically begging his wife to come back to him. And she responded by filing in the court to become legally single and remove West from her last name.
Cold-blooded.
Yeah, she's like, oh, no, honey, I'm with Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
So my question is, considering how ride or die Kim was for Kanye up until 13 minutes ago,
13
and
minutes ago.
after meeting Pete Davidson, she's like, I don't even want your name. What the hell is Pete Davidson doing? I got questions.
Hey, you know what? Because
Pete out here winning.
I've learned.
like hell, he's winning.
Yeah,
I might like him next.
Because what I've learned is that if you're funny, you gotta end with women. Like if you're funny, if you can make someone genuinely laugh, and maybe I don't know Pete Davidson. I think he's pretty.
I think
He's
he's
funny.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's funny.
Yeah.
So you can
He
make a
laughs at
woman
his own
laugh,
jokes, though.
and then you don't even have to be super great in bed. You can be mid.
Damn,
You can
Richie.
be decent. I'm just saying because you think about it. Because women, you guys aren't sex driven like us men. You know what I mean? So you give me the mid, but he makes me laugh too, and don't let him be thoughtful on top of that. Like he might be a catch. You see what I'm saying?
I would totally date somebody who was mid, but like funny and thoughtful.
You see what I'm saying? So be everybody.
That's called a husband. So you guys really just think it's a personality thing? Because he's a little funny looking. Let's be honest.
I think it's a personality thing.
He's a little funny looking.
He
Damn.
looks like Gollum after Stefan Urkel hooked him
Wow.
up. So, no, not in a bad way.
No, that is it's not. You can never say that in a good way. Look what
There's
you're
no way
talking
you can
about.
say that nice.
Not in a bad
No,
way.
'cause
That is
I
a
saw
bad
a
way.
meme of Gollum and I was like, oh, I see the resemblance. But
Oh, wow.
he's more swaggy. With your memes are
First off,
memes.
there's a
Oh, wow.
meme out there that with him looking like Gollum. That's hilarious.
Yeah, and it's a picture of him, Gollum looking down. It's like, this is what Kim sees at night. And I was
Oh
like,
my
oh.
God, I gotta look for this.
So BuzzFeed did a survey because
I don't know
BuzzFeed
if I
wanted
see
some salty men who think they're fine and sexy, and why can't they pull girls like Pete Davidson Davidson did a survey to ask women, why would you date a guy like Pete Davidson? And there actually was a lot of answers about why he's Mr. Still Your Girl. They said, and I quote, "He seems very genuine and confident in his vulnerability. I get the feeling that he is focused and attentive with his partners," to Richie's point.
Yeah.
Someone says, "He's like your weed dealer who you feel safe around for some reason. And then after he cracks some jokes and makes you laugh, you realize that you would have sex with him." That was very specific.
She's done that before. She's done that before.
I think she was working
Her
through
husband is her ex-weed man.
Right.
Big facts.
That'd be a great hookup, though.
Yeah.
That's
And
hilarious.
someone said he's very open and candid about his struggles with mental health, and people who are that genuine and honest and also kind are just considered attractive personality-wise.
Yeah. You women, I think women, like, it's not, I mean, I'm saying it's not about appearance, but for women, it's lesser than that. Like, you never see, like, a really great-looking guy with, like, a woman, like, he's with her. But you'll see a woman with a guy more often, you're like, she's with him.
That's
You see what I'm
true.
saying? So you guys look past the
So
physical.
y'all are shallow is what you're saying. Y'all the shallow ones.
In a lot of ways. I mean, real.
Rich just told on y'all because he's married and he has nothing to prove anymore. Do you agree, Jean, that y'all are shallow?
In certain ways, yes, we are shallow. in certain
Unpack
ways.
that because y'all are hiding around the certain ways. It's an
No, I
asterisk
feel like
there.
guys are shallow in certain ways, but also they look for certain things when they're going to have a mate, like when they're going to
The P word,
commit.
peace, not vagina, peace. You guys always talk about peace when you're ready to get married.
Yeah, be my peace. Yeah.
If I hear that from one more man over the age of
I know.
33,
But you,
y'all hit 33 and a half, I need some peace. I'm like,
You
what did
do-
you just go through?
you do need peace, man,
You
in these
do,
streets,
like,
man. We
honestly,
really
that's
do.
all guys want is peace.
Because we're simple.
Ah.
We
We're
don't
very
wanna-
simple.
You guys
We're-
are simple, yes.
very
We are
simple.
the simplest people. We don't want nothing to happen. Like, and we're trying to figure out ways to make sure you're good and protect our peace.
So I don't want no problems is the mantra of men's internal child.
It usually is. We don't want no problems because it's just like most of the times, speaking from experience, I'm married 15 years and
Whoop, whoop. I
yeah,
love that.
Yeah. It's like when you go out, it's like we go out, I'm not really thinking for myself. I'm always thinking about my wife. Like, is she gonna be comfortable? This and that. Me, I don't give a where we go, honestly.
Oh,
But
so
her,
beautiful.
I have to be a protector, so it's not like we have to think about ourselves. We have to think about
we
the
gotta
one
think about
that's with
somebody
us.
else with us. Like, there's a
Yeah.
whole new
True.
body with us that we have to make
we
sure.
have to-
So
Yeah.
you don't want the
survive
girl
the
who's
night.
gonna start a fight and be like, "And my man's gonna whoop your butt."
Yeah, we
you don't want that girl.
You
No,
don't want that girl.
no,
Hell
no.
no. Girl, I came out to drink.
I came out to have a good time.
good
Why is my
time.
life in danger because
Yeah.
of you?
You know, I just realized the last time I saw you, Rich, was at Cardi B's birthday party.
Yeah.
And we were at the VIP
Look at the
section.
flex. Look at the flex.
Well,
Look at
no,
the flex.
it wasn't.
Look at the flex.
It
I was
wasn't.
just at Cardi's party.
I got the rebound. I'm a junkie, dude.
I didn't get invited.
No, we were in the VIP section of Cardi B's party.
VIP
and-
section too.
But here's the funny part. At one
Go
part,
off.
I'm literally standing there and I'm like, my life is weird because half the cast of Love and Hip Hop is like surrounding me.
Right,
Monique Slaughter is sitting on my lap because her feet were hurting.
Right.
Tiana Taylor and her stomach are off to the side watching Ella May like twerk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my life is weird. And I had some shrooms. So there was extra colors in the room.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need my eyes to orient on something so I can like calm down. And I look, and there's Rich like singing "Nuck If You Buck" with his wife in unison while they're twerking on
Oh
each
my
other.
God.
And I was
But
like,
she was twerking on me. I don't do no twerking. cuz. I don't do no
and I was
twerking.
like, this is relationship goals. I want to be in VIP with my husband singing "Nuck If You Buck" with my chest.
Every time we out, I record them both having.
I
a
posted
ball.
you in my
You did,
stories
you did,
because
you
I was
did.
like,
Ball.
that to me is relationship goals. Who
Yeah.
can you actually have fun with the way you have fun with your people?
Yeah.
Because she wasn't acting like she's your wife. She was acting like she was your people.
Yeah, that's it. That's my that's my dog.
That's
You know
very
what I
different than
mean?
these girls
Yeah.
who be like holding the little Birkin bags and like they don't even want to get too close to their partners because they don't want to mess up their hair. I'm
Yeah,
just like, that's very different.
Nah, man. Me and my wife, we've been in the trenches together, man. So.
How did y'all stay together? Because if you're even halfway attractive and you exfoliate and have a job in LA,
Yeah,
a woman's gonna throw something at you.
right. You know what it is, man. Is that you just you think like I always tell her, and of course she's been a woman. I think she.
This
I
was
just-
you should have stuttering.
no,
girls like my face.
No,
yeah.
just been a person. Just been a person. I think we have our insecurities. So I think she
Right.
feel like you moving up in this industry, you becoming a name, becoming a face. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, girls, find me attractive, whatever. I don't think I'm a bad looking guy. Shout out to me.
Rich is very attractive.
Thank you so much, Blue. So
You are too, Jean. I don't want anybody to feel. Everybody
I
is
don't feel
very.
any kind of way.
so-
I'm secure.
but I always tell her, I'm like, yo, I can imagine me getting to a certain point and then being like, yo, I want to, everything you and I work for, I want to give it to someone else to have them benefit from that.
Ooh.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, I'm like, yo, you worked with me just as much as this and you are just as deserving of this as I am. So, I don't care. It's just looks.
Where'd you learn this from? Because this is not the norm out here. People like to upgrade.
Oh no, man! I feel like it'd be a downgrade for me.
I agree, but men like to tell themselves it's an upgrade to get somebody new who hasn't seen them struggle. Like, did you learn that from watching your family? Are you just cut different? Does she have blackmail folder on you? Like, what is
no, man, just insecure men, though. Honestly, like, those are just insecure men. Like, you're gonna wanna find someone that you're gonna grow with. Like, you don't want to sit there and try to redo it again. Fuck that. Like, once you in it, you in it. Like, I don't want to do that shit again.
Yeah.
It is exhausting.
To care about someone else's feelings, that's no.
But then I don't like the people that just in it because they're like, well, I'm here now, and they be like, you know what I mean? No, they're just like, this comfortability thing.
Complacency is
complacency is huge. So it's like, no, you can't. You have to be happy while you're there, and I'm happy while I'm here. We got our 2 kids, like like that. You know what I'm saying? Me and my wife, we'll sit up sometimes and we'll pillow talk for like 4 hours. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, she's your bestie.
That's my best friend. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna front nothing. Oh, he a sucker. No, that's my best friend. I don't even care.
I'm still a man though.
I'm still a man. That's my bestie.
So you are in a relationship as well, are you? Is that a public knowledge? I don't want to be dropping.
It's public knowledge.
Okay. How long does it take for you to realize dating in this LA world? I'm guessing you guys met out here, or did you?
We met out here. We met out at a bonfire 5 years ago.
Oh, that sounds like a romantic intro to a reality show on MTV. we were at a bonfire
5 years ago, and she was talking to her cousin, and I just literally, beeline past her, and she was talking about a guy that she was dating, and I was like, leave that nigga ain't shit. And I kept walking, and then her cousin was like, talk to him.
Right.
And then I walked her to her car. We talked. We hung out and dated for like 6-7 months, and then me knowing myself, I wasn't ready for the relationship.
What's the plot twist?
So I got out of it. And then 3 years later, we met again, and now it's the best thing ever.
That's the theme of Love Jones. That's literally get together, far apart, start over.
Right.
So you think you can have the right person at the wrong time?
Yep. I strongly believe that.
Damn. I'm currently working through that myself. Like, is this just the wrong time for me and him? You have me thinking about things. So I'll just throw him back and see if he comes back.
Oh, wow. Not throw him back and see if he comes back.
No, sometimes y'all show up half-baked.
Sometimes we don't know.
Sometimes
There's a little doughy in the middle.
Sometimes we're not baked at all.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're still the raw ingredients.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know what we want, where we're going, what's up, what's down. And also, some guys, I'm not going to say all guys, some guys don't want to take someone through the trenches with them because it's like they have to care for the other person as they're going through.
It's also an ego thing too, because you almost feel like I don't want you to see me like struggling because you feel bad having your partner see you like that.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't.
Richie's like, I don't care. You can see me struggling. We stuck with me.
No, like when you with the person, but like when I was with her the first time around, it was like, damn, I just moved to downtown. I just got my own place. I'm like, damn. I was not looking for a relationship.
You was trying to flex a little bit and fill your wild oats before you settle down with somebody.
Yeah, and it was working out too well.
That's that whole shit. That whole shit.
Yeah, I wanted to be a hoe.
I appreciate the honesty.
Yes, men can be hoes. Men can be hoes. I'm looking you both in the eye. Tell your friends that some of them are hoes.
The relationship was going so well, and I was like, oh, wait a minute.
It was
down.
too good for you.
I was like, this is, and also I don't know if I can do this. I didn't know if I could do this because I didn't know if I could do it for several reasons. One, because of the way I grew up. Mm-hmm. Two, I don't like cheating. I'm not a cheater, so I'm not going to get myself in a relationship and then still think I can cheat.
There's a Donnell Jones song about this called "Where I Want to Be."
Damn, she's referencing your whole life right now.
I know, goddamn.
I left my baby girl.
I'm not gonna be in any relationship if I think I'm gonna cheat on you.
You pulled a Donnell on her. Okay, that came to real life. You know what's so funny? We're talking about relationships. So like, I've been waiting my whole life to meet a guy who represents that song, and now I'm finally sitting around.
Good.
I've been waiting since the late '90s. For those of you who have not heard Donald Jones' "Where I Want to Be," it's the original "Fuckboys Trying to Do Better" anthem. It's like there's something in my body that's not right. I gotta go.
Hey, but he let it know though. I don't know.
I keep it funky.
But you know what? I think women feel that way too. But women, you guys can never express it like we do because you guys are looked at differently if you. You
will call us a hoe to our face and tell your boys that we a hoe too.
But I'm sure some women don't. I'm sure some women avoid relationships because they still want to fuck around. I know women who like done that.
I have said this. The only reason I'm ready to be a wife now is because because I went through a whole phase.
See?
I got it all, and there was some stuff in there. I had
You had to
I
unpack
had some
shit.
daddy issues.
Yeah.
I had a lot of nasty, weird shit to get out my system. I now
Right.
think about the things I got in my system like, ew. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's how I know I'm ready because I'm done now.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, speaking of getting things out of your system, I don't know if you guys heard about the viral story with Nancy Reagan.
Oh, throat
What
goat.
happened?
Is
Yes,
that what they call
throat
her?
goat. For those of you who are not aware, I have notes.
Nancy Reagan throat goat.
Yes, I have
Throat goat, I
notes
heard.
here because I don't want to get it right.
I'm gonna have to look
Conservative
that up on Reddit.
talking head Ben Shapiro, his sister wrote a post trying to compare. Her name is Abby, by the way. She's a conservative, trying to slut shame Madonna using Nancy Reagan as an example of what it's like to age with class. And someone from Madonna's fan group responded, "You mean the same Nancy Reagan that was actually known as being the original superhead back in the day when she was an actress?" And pulled out a screenshot of her biography where they talk about how she was the most popular person on the MGM lot because she was giving everybody neck.
Wow.
So Nancy Reagan throat goat, Nancy Reagan superhead, Nancy Reagan Glock 9000. I thought we were at 3000.
Oh, 9,000.
9,000
She's another realm.
was trending all over Twitter for 48 full hours.
When did this come out?
You
Where-
were,
Yeah, this-
you
this
were in
was-
Miami.
Was
over
this
the weekend.
yesterday or 2 days ago?
Yeah, it happened like 2
Yeah,
days ago.
yeah.
Nancy Reagan.
Yeah.
And then people started finding pictures of her sitting on like Mr. T's lap, looking at him
Looking at
adoringly.
him.
Throat goat.
Throat
Oh my
goat.
God, where's my phone?
There's pictures of her and Ray Charles looking at him lovingly.
Looking at him,
He
yeah.
can't look at you back, so what do you do? Like, she was just like, yeah, you like that? Like, on all the
Oh
pictures
my
with her and black men in
God.
particular, she looks
Just like,
very self-satisfied.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
You guys know that for political reasons, I am not a fan of Nancy Reagan. For those of you who don't know about the crack epidemic or have not watched Snowfall, which has caught so
Right.
many of you up,
Yeah.
the government pumped crack into our communities and then made weed illegal, even though they knew that weed was not harmful, just so they would have an excuse to put nonviolent black and brown men in jail.
right.
And the way that they were able to make the public sign on to this was to make Nancy Reagan, who was an actress, start the Just Say No campaign.
There.
So the Dare campaign, all of that was actually steeped in intentional anti-blackness. And that concludes our, as far as you know, for Blue. But yeah, so she was actually the Helen of Troy of putting black and brown men in prison for dime bags.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you were sucking them off on the MGM lot behind the scenes. So I,
Look at the first picture they come up.
she's like, come on.
Yeah, look.
If you go on Twitter and put
Throat
Nancy
goat.
Reagan throat goat, you see pictures of her.
That's where I'm. That's
It
where
is
I'm at
litty
right now.
on that. So my question is this: some people were like, "No, Blue, I can't believe you," because I posted it. In fact, I don't want to say I broke it, but when I posted it, it hadn't really made it to Instagram yet.
Yeah.
And I work with Hollywood Unlocked, so not only did I post it, I hit up their producers like, "Yo, did y'all see this?" They were like,
Right.
"No."
Right.
They posted it. Next thing I know, it's all over the place. So I don't want to take credit, but I'm gonna just say that I helped the throat goat story get out there, and I don't think it's slut shaming personally.
Yeah.
Only because you were trying to use Nancy Reagan as a way to make Madonna look
Look
bad.
bad. Right.
And it backfired because
Right.
conservatives be doing some whole shit and not want to take credit for it.
Yeah, dude.
facts.
Claim your
Also,
own
I
shit.
think Nancy Reagan's in hell somewhere, so I don't mind slut shaming her. I'm gonna be honest. That lady is evil.
Yo, I'm gonna spend the whole afternoon on my Uber ride to the office.
Look at that Nancy Reagan throat go.
This is hilarious.
So the question that I want to ask you guys is: could you date someone who had an infamous superhead / Nancy Reagan? I love that those names will always be connected forevermore now.
Wow.
Could you date somebody who had that kind of reputation? The way that Jean is biting his bottom lip, for those of you who are listening and not watching, we'll start with you.
that's a no for me, dog.
That's very honest, because a lot of
me,
people would come on
dog.
the podcast and be like, "Of course, I'll take you with all your scars."
Right.
Be honest, why?
Cause I honestly like, if my girl was to ever cheat on me, I would stick with her as long as I know she didn't top nobody off.
Oh, because that's more intimate.
Yes, I feel like it's more intimate.
That's more intimate than from the back, like hitting it from the back.
Oh,
like,
shit.
that's
I think
a
more-
visual
I
that
think
you
it's more
just.
intimate. Not that it's a pass for you niggas, but I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
saying.
'Cause I'm like-
But I still. What you mean? I
Yeah,
still fuck
but like,
around.
The intimacy of.
yeah, the intimacy of it. I'm like, nah, slow.
Interesting. How about you, Rich?
Nah.
And what is your reason? Is it the same thing?
Because I don't think she should want me if I was known as the vagina whiner or something like that. I don't think, you know what I mean? If I'm over here, licking down lips everywhere, like I don't think she should want me either.
So you know that all your partners are not virgins. So what is it about being a head specialist that makes it just extra
No, you could be a head specialist,
maybe
great,
a few
but-
guys, but
The
not
block.
yeah, the
not
block,
not
like
the
Loud
everybody
on the
out.
knob, like corn
Not
on
every
the
time y'all,
cob.
everybody look at you like,
Like,
this,
There she go. There she go.
look, he about to kiss her. Oh my god, we don't want that. Nobody want that.
It's like Cameron's song, like kissing cousin. That shit disgusting. I'm like,
But y'all do whole shit all the time that we have to look away from.
You don't have to look away.
No,
you
you
guys
don't
choose to
have
look
to.
away.
Oh, wow.
You guys choose to look away. Like you don't have to look away. You guys choose to.
So, ladies, we've heard it that men are sensitive about knowing that you've given Glock 9,000. We've jumped
no, I don't. Look,
3,000.
it's not that you give it. It's how many people have you given it to?
The
like,
block.
That's
No.
the block. You
It-
can't be the whole block. You my cousins and them.
She hadn't met you yet. You were the last
it
one on the block.
doesn't matter.
It don't matter.
Like, and like it doesn't. It's not about. It's how many people know about this shit.
Right.
Everybody.
And then it's a no.
So ask you if you got a guy you know say, hey, this guy is good at eating some pussy. He's good at this, and then you know for a fact there are
They
like
use his face
13
like a
confirmed.
I will say this. I've been in this position where I tend to date people who are shiny and everybody else wants them because I don't want them. They want me. Like, it's like this weird reverse psychology.
Yeah.
So most of the guys that I've dated do have a history of being heavily wanted or being around the block a couple times. And I will say I end up having to fight people at nail salons and shit. Like, can you not talk about, like,
Yeah,
that's
so
who I'm
do
with.
you- do you wanna do
so
that?
It's a little violent. I'm going to be honest. I've gotten into a couple of purse fights.
See?
Like,
I don't want that.
yeah, I think
I don't want that.
how you move now makes a difference, though.
Yeah.
Like, if he's saved, I'm not even Christian, but if he acts like he's saved and is not even like responding to DMs and is being very righteous, I might be like, oh, look at him. Like Prince got saved. He's turned around.
Yeah.
But if he was a really huge hoe, no, I probably wouldn't.
See?
Yeah, see.
Yeah, women don't want big hoes either.
Yeah, nobody does because it's
Yeah.
you know it's a lot of baggage there, man. It comes with a lot
I think people with baggage, though, it takes a special person
to want to take to like and
to
I-
love them through that.
You can have baggage. You can go into a relationship with baggage, but it's
Public
like,
baggage is different.
Public baggage is
Exactly.
different. Like you can go into a relationship with baggage, like because everybody has baggage. It's
Everyone,
like not
every one of
person
us, yeah.
on this planet doesn't come with baggage.
Yeah, that's true. We all have something that we're going through.
Yeah.
Another thing that was a hot topic, I don't know if you guys heard this story. Did you guys hear about the Ari Lennox story? She was in Amsterdam, which is actually like one of my favorite European cities. I love Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Like I go there every other summer until COVID fucked that up. She was in Amsterdam airport
Flex.
drunk. What? I
Go
love
ahead. No, go ahead.
I
I'm
love
sorry.
Western Europe.
That
and
slipped. That slipped. Go ahead.
But she said that they racially profiled her and arrested her.
Oh, I heard about
And
that.
had all of Twitter about to like, and I was heartbroken because I love Amsterdam. I was like, don't
Right.
do that. This is
Wow.
Amsterdam. Pick another place.
Right.
And then she had this whole everybody upset on her behalf until the Amsterdam police said, we have proof that you were drunk, ma'am. Like it wasn't racial profiling. You were just drunk. And then suddenly everything got quiet, and we haven't heard from her since about it. That's awkward, right? So my
Yeah.
question is, this made me, and follow me here, it made me think about the way we originally felt with the Jussie Smollett case. How we were all outraged on his behalf. And I will say, for full disclaimer, to pull a Chris Cuomo out, we have mutual friends, Jussie and I, so I am going to be choosing my words very carefully when I talk about him.
Right.
We all had his back, but then when Erykah Badu and Joe Budden came out and said, I know niggas on the block, I think something suspect.
Right.
We were like, you're shaming a victim.
Right.
2 years later, he's being convicted for lying. So my question is for you guys who, you're actors, you're content creators, you're in the public eye, how do you know when to have someone's back versus when to be like, I'm going to sit this one out, dog, without being seen as someone who's not supportive? Because some of these celebrities who go through stuff are not right in the head, but you
know what? You know what? I said a lot of stuff out. I'll be honest with you. I didn't before, but now I do. I don't really.
Why?
Just because I feel like everything for one is not for like public consumption. You know what I mean? Like I don't need to. The way I feel about Jussie, like I didn't come out right away because one, I didn't know the full story, obviously, and I'm hearing his side. You know what I mean? And I think with social media, everyone is just knee-jerk reaction. It's just, oh, boom, you hear it, and then, okay, let me talk about it. I'm just like, no, I got to digest this a little further. And plus, I got other shit to do. You know what I mean? So,
Rich is like, I'm booked.
yeah, no. It's just, I'm not even booked. I'm raising a family. I got wife and kids. Like, I don't really be on there like that to, like, really go back and forth about a lot of things. But when it did come out, I was like, my dad did say that. My dad was like, something don't
Dudes
seem
on the block,
right.
people who have lived some life
Yeah,
and who
yeah.
have seen some street stuff, they all were like, nah, we from the street. This feels like a
is-
bad
this
lie.
right, yeah.
But those are people like me. I'm from Boston, which is like, we have the hood, but it's not super hood. It's not the same.
Yeah.
I was like, poor Jussie. Oh my God, he got gay bashed. I was so sad for him.
Yeah.
How about you, John? What were your thoughts?
like Rich said, I kind of sit out on a lot of shit because I'm not really paying attention to what's going on.
You're like, I'm not informed enough to speak.
I have a lot of stuff going on in my life with my mom, my family, my relationships, all that stuff with work. So I don't really pay too much attention to that. But because I met Jesse at one point in time,
and he's a lovely person,
super cool dude.
Lovely.
Yeah. And then I'm like, damn, like what the? But I don't know him like that to be jumping in. But also, I didn't know all the full information to even have an input or opinion.
A lot of gay rights groups, because he was saying it like it was a hate crime, though, jumped up to defend him. And so when the Joe Buddens and the Erykah Badus were like, this seems like some street N-word stuff, they got called shamers and they were cussed out by major LGBTQ organizations and black organizations for not having this gay black man's back.
Right.
For me, the moment where I felt like hubris or ego was a little bit behind this was when Jesse, after the allegations, before they said he might be lying, said, I'm the gay Tupac.
Oh, wow,
and I was like, ooh, that feels very self-aggrandizing.
Yeah, the gay Tupac.
When he called himself the gay Tupac, I got a little nervous. I was like, well, this feels like a bad one-man show.
Yeah.
And then here's the part that makes me sad, though, right? You guys are talking about, like, you lay low.
Yeah.
If it was your friend who was a Jesse, though, I'm sure behind the scenes you'd be like, yo, man, let's talk about this. I'm going to have you back behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
Don Lemon did that, and Jesse threw him under the bus during the trial.
See.
So that brings another question is, how do you have people's backs? Like, who do you choose whose back to have? Because I've had people's backs in this industry before, and it's bit me in the butt later. They're like, well, Blue told me that you said this. I'm like, ma'am, I was trying to help you fuck out.
Yeah.
I hope they kill your character off next season. You motherfucker.
Yeah.
So how do you know who to, like, drop a dime to on the low? Because Don Lemon was pissed. I've never seen Don Lemon this mad before.
I would have been tight too.
He was like, Justice Smollett a liar, and I denounced him. I was like, you got Don Lemon cussing you out on CNN.
Yeah, that's the ultimate betrayal. Like I don't play in those.
And we all
fields.
believe Don did call him and give him tried to help him. We all believe Don did that, but you don't snitch on the bro who's trying to help you.
No, I don't know, man. I think it's just I'm big on just like who I give like
my energy to.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I'm big on that, and it's just like, you know, if they come to me, then fine. But I don't like try to seek people out and try to, you know, yo, and like.
What if it was Norm though? We all talk about how we love Norm. What if Norm was in a crazy situation?
Norm was just a crazy situation.
Yeah,
It
I
was
was
just
gonna
a
say.
and I came to Norm's. I was like, yo, let's.
We
try
all
to
called
figure it
Norm and
out.
said, hey, what's up?
Me and Norm talk about this. We've been talking about this for like the past 9 months.
I've
Like,
seen all the
like,
screenshots.
yeah.
So we understand what it's like to have a friend who's being
Yeah.
in the middle of
Yeah.
something. When it's somebody that you love, and I feel like Jesse was loved the way Norm is, though.
Right.
You find yourself wanting to reach out and like check on them.
Yeah, like-
So what's the betrayal when they throw you?
Thing
under
is,
the
he
bus?
called. He called and like talk. We talk about it, and we had a
Right.
conversation to the point where like I'm looking for lawyers, trying to figure out stuff to help my man out.
That's your people, yeah.
That's my guy. Like I'm always gonna go to bat for him. You know what I'm saying?
So the
Like,
betrayal. Imagine the betrayal you would feel if he got back with the person that we're talking about and was like, "Yeah, all my friends hated you, but baby, I was like." You'd feel like, bruh, really?
things
Yeah.
yeah.
I can fuck with him no more after that.
Oh no, it'd be
That's
over.
what I'm
It'd be
saying. I
done.
think
It'd
Don
be
Lemon
done.
will never talk to Jesse Smollett ever again.
Yeah, I can fuck with you after that.
That relationship is. I think there's certain things that. Do you guys believe that forgiveness means access?
No.
Forgiveness is
Richie's like, you could go now.
Right.
Yeah, I can forgive you and never want to talk to you again.
Yeah, for sure.
that's true.
And
That's
I
very
have
true.
any toward like malice or ill will against you, but it's just like, yo, I'm good.
Is
Like,
that unchristlike? One of my Christian friends told me that it was unchristlike that I forgave her but would never speak to her again. And I was
no,
like,
that's not. I mean, that's just like
first of all,
once
she's
again,
the devil herself, so that's rich. But go ahead.
See, that's once again it's about back to what we're talking about. Full circle. Be my peace. You see what I'm saying?
There we
that
go.
person ain't a part of your peace. You
At
get what I'm
all.
saying? So it's like, yo, I gotta remove you. And I've done family like that. I've done, friends like that. And it's like, bro, it's just everybody that come in your life, they say it's not meant to stay in your life. And that's you have to be
People
okay
come in
with
for
that.
seasons.
Even blood family though.
Even blood, it don't matter.
That's true.
Have y'all had to worry about people acting funny now that they're seeing you on TV and seeing you on shows? Like, have you had people that you thought would never do you like that be weird? Because Jay-Z said you don't change when you become famous or successful. The people around you change.
That's true.
Yeah.
Has that happened to you guys? Because
Yeah,
I've only been in
happened.
LA for like 2 years and I've lost so. I'm like, really? I just got here.
That's
Yeah.
no, that's happened. That's happened. That's for sure happened. And you just watch them, and you just don't. I don't engage like that.
But do you miss them though? Like when they have
No,
to
because
go.
they wasn't around before.
Oh.
So they're coming around now. Like, yo, what's up? What's up? I'm like, We wasn't hanging out before.
Keep that same energy.
And then they like, oh, you different now. Like, nah,
Oh, no, I
you
haven't been
different.
different.
Like, I'm not different.
I've been the same.
Yeah, I've been the same. We never hung out. Why
Have you
not?
lost anybody that was close to you though? Like somebody that you thought was going to be a good part of your life, and then they started acting funny? Because I recently lost somebody that I've known for almost my entire life. And it took me weeks to realize that they started acting funny when I came out here and started making it. And I was like, that's basic. I would have never thought that you would have had that reaction. And I don't think he's admitted it to himself. Some people subconsciously resent your wins, but can't admit it to themselves. So they can't even admit it to you.
Yeah. That's true. That does happen. That does happen. It's like, and also sometimes those people that are doing that, they're going through an inner battle themselves, trying to figure out like, what's wrong with me? You know what I'm saying?
Why haven't I made it?
And it's not. And it has absolutely nothing to do with you. So you just gotta give them their grace and be like, all right, cool, live your life, do what you gotta do. But I'm just gonna remove myself from the situation because it does not help me continue to do my best.
And if I'm being real, I mean, I'm human too, and I feel like I've sometimes looked at someone's success and saw my shortcomings. You know what I mean? Until we're like, but then I have to tell myself, bro, like, everybody timing is different. Nobody, you know what I mean? Timing is everything, and your time will come, and it's just their time now. And how long do you know have they been struggling to watch other people progress and felt the same way you feeling? You know what I mean? So it all will come in time, and you got to be like, you know what? I applaud this person. I want to, you know what I mean? I want to be celebrated too.
And I know you guys can relate to this. I was surprised by, and this is one of those, maybe because I keep it so real, people can tell that I'm very authentic. That's the word that I'm choosing to use. I've heard other words. And because I'm compulsively honest, folks have trusted me more in this town than I expected. People start trusting me on sight. I've seen some A-listers behind the scenes and be like, oh, I would not switch places with you. So I think one of the things I've learned is success doesn't always look the same on the back end.
Oh, it doesn't.
And you realize the simple life of the unknowns is sometimes preferable.
Yes.
What parts of fame, if you guys had to pick, would you leave on the table and not if God said, I'm going to make you rich and famous right now, but tell me like the 2 or 3 things you don't want from fame, what would you leave behind? Yeah, this is one of them soul-searching questions. Because I don't want all of it. I've seen it up close. I do not want all of it.
I wouldn't want to be Justin Bieber like that. He can't go anywhere.
He can't go grocery shopping.
Yeah, like I wouldn't want that. I want like Jeffrey Wright, Tom Hardy.
Oh, okay, that's a good example. He played everybody, from Martin to everybody. Yeah.
That type of fame, like Jeffrey Wright, Tom Hardy, people that could just Idris is one of my prototypes.
She smacked her lips.
He's young.
He's one of my prototypes. So like
that's a good one.
He's like that vibe. All right, well.
Oh, this is the part where you have to go, Mr. Hollywood?
Yeah, I gotta go.
This is so Hollywood.
He gotta go, and I'm over here. I've been tapping my pockets. I don't know my car keys. Oh, I got my car keys. I'm like,
Richie, you can switch places with him, Jean. We're gonna miss you.
Bye, Jean.
I miss y'all.
All right,
This
man.
was a really good conversation.
It was. You
This
see?
was a really good conversation. This was a good vibe. Yes, we will.
You guys, I'm gonna narrate this for you as these men hug and dap goodbye. They're actual real friends. Look at that brotherly love. Oh, Jean, my Haitian brother. So we're going to have to do a do-over. You're going to come back.
For sure.
And we're going to talk about your project and everything.
Yes, for sure.
And Richie, you're now in the hot seat.
Oh, wow. I like it over there because I was just riding.
Yeah, Richie loved being in the cut. Now you're in the hot
I was
seat.
riding Jean Coattail for a minute.
So long. Farewell.
All right, brother.
Bye, Jean. So, Richie, this is the part where we're going to get into it. So, Jean left right before the moment of truth. Don't worry. We only have like 20 minutes left. I promise.
It's cool. It's cool.
Okay, so how do you really, really feel about Insecure coming to an end? I love how Richie's face just got serious all of a sudden.
No, how do I feel?
Keep it a buck, Chuck. Like, how do you really feel
about as far as like the series itself, or how like what
it ending? How do you feel about that? It's gonna be over.
You know what, man? I'm okay with it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm okay with it because
the audience is not okay. But go ahead.
No, I'm okay with it because I think you go out on a high. You know what I mean? I think you go out. I think sometimes you can drag a series out too long, and then people start to lose interest. Like for instance, and
no shade,
but like Shameless, or is it?
Yes.
What is that? Like season
37.
Yeah, something like that. 852, right?
Right.
So it's just like I don't know anybody who talks about Shameless anymore.
That's true.
You get what I'm saying?
And it was edgy. It was so big when it first came out.
Yeah. And so I feel like Insecure, like even like how I look at it as like Mayweather. Mayweather time going out on top. Like, you got no losses. I'm at the top. Like, let me go out on top. You know what I mean?
But the audience is so sad. Have you had people like Do you think that when you're on a show like that, it typecasts you? Because I feel like there's certain shows that are so big in the pop culture, like consciousness.
Yeah.
People only see you as, oh, that's the guy from Insecure, or that's Issa. You know what I mean? Like, do you ever worry about being typecast because the show has so many eyes on it?
No, because I think, like you said, I think Insecure, the writers, allow these characters to be so free and like so loose. You know what I mean? So to where you can't really, and put them in a box and say, oh, I can't see you doing nothing else, because it's just like normal people on TV.
They are extra regular. I think
Yeah,
it's part
extra
of the
regular.
They're regular people, which is part of the brilliance.
Yeah.
No character, even Issa's character, is completely likable or completely makes sense.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. You see what I'm saying?
It's
just,
messy, real ass
just
people.
a regular person.
How did you even get on the show?
Oh man, so interesting. Okay, the show premiered on my birthday, October 9th, 2016.
That's
right?
crazy.
Yeah.
That's kismet, by the way.
Huh?
That's kismet. That was meant to be.
Right. So it premiered, and I was watching with my wife, and the first episode, at the episode was over, I told my wife, I said, I'm going to be on the show.
You manifesting mother sucker.
Yeah, and then I was on the next season.
Y'all hear that? That's the power of the tongue.
Yeah, I promise you, no lie, it went just like that.
That is, okay, that's nuts, because there's a couple of things that I've seen. I'm like, I wonder if I should, I'm going to start manifesting more. Do you think that you're somebody who has a tendency to manifest, or was that a fluke? Do you tend to like see things in your head and suddenly you look around and they've happened?
Oh, no, yeah. I've seen me being an actor and people saying they're fans of mine, taking pictures since I was about like 6 years old.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, like I knew this was going to be my life. Like
you a
long
whole
time
witch.
ago.
You wait till Sean leaves. Actually, I have a crystal ball in the car.
No, this is gonna be my life. And that's not just in a sense because I wanted it, but
Right.
like at night, like I would sit in bed and I would see this, and like now I go out now, and not saying I'm super big. I got a long way to go. You know what I mean? I'm a real nigga. But
Right.
at the same time, people are like, yo, I'm a fan of yours. I take a picture, and the people are like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You inspiring me, and I've been watching you for this long, and I'm like, I knew this shit was gonna happen.
That's amazing, because I will say that nothing that I'm living right now feels like it was far-fetched. Like I
See?
always knew I'd be doing but it sounds conceited when you say it, because I think
No.
a lot of folks, there's almost like some kind of nobility in saying, oh no, I'm so shocked. I'm like, no, I saw this when I was
you
like
saw
8.
it coming, because I'm looking at you. I dig your whole aura. This is you. Like this is you. You're gonna be, that, and that's why I gravitated towards you too, because I'm like, yo, Blue is gonna be big. You know what I mean?
I received that because you're a witch. So when
Yeah.
I receive
No.
everything that comes out your mouth.
I'm telling you, I already seen it for you. I promise you.
Now, here's my thing. The thing I love about you is that you are someone who's a family man, but also following your dream. And you also have fun making content on social media.
Yeah.
You are a whole ass fool on Instagram.
I appreciate it.
You don't usually think of dads making the time to be a whole ass fool.
You know what? You have to though. You look at Jean's like you said, his is very shiny.
He's bullshit.
And it had to put together me. You see the most random shit on my stuff, and I don't ever want to lose that though, because I'm like, that's me. I let people know that's a part of me. Like
Has fatherhood changed you though?
Yeah, well, I've been a father for some time now.
He's like, I've been a father most of my life.
I've been a father. Yes, it definitely changed me, man. Like it definitely made me more responsible, of course, and it also just vulnerable. You know what I mean? Vulnerability.
Ooh, that's true.
Yeah, because I feel like with kids, I would never want to be that parent to where I tell my kids like I can't admit that I was wrong. I wronged them. Have I done something wrong? Because I'm human too.
Yeah.
Humanized, right?
Hey.
So
I love that.
You know what I mean? I'm human too. So I think just the vulnerability thing. Like if I'm wrong, I have no problem apologizing to my kids.
I never saw my mother admit that she was wrong until one day I said, Mom, I just need you to know I have all the facts, and they say you're wrong. Can we talk about it? And she looked at me like, I was 12.
Wow.
And I was like, I need you to know I'm walking into this knowing you're wrong.
Right.
And she was like, I'm going to go make you dinner. Like, my
Right.
mother was not equipped for me.
Right.
I was a weird kid. But I was like, I need you to know. I know that you be making shit up sometimes.
Yeah,
and it always stuck with me. I was like, when I'm a parent, I don't ever want to have that moment when my child has caught me.
Right.
And now I'm embarrassing myself.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Being in LA is a very tricky thing. You're from here, so you don't have the same narrative about having to save up all your pennies to come here because you were already here.
I'm here.
What would you say to somebody who wants to move to LA to follow their dreams, knowing that it's a very highly saturated space for content creators and actors and people who just are in the industry in general?
Do it. Shit,
Oh,
just
you
do
reckless. You like, just come
Do
on
it
down.
because you know what? Nobody's doing anything new under the sun.
That's
I really
true.
don't like that. Like, oh, you know, people want to be an actor. You know, people want to fucking work at a bank or work at the grocery store. Like, you never say that. If I tell you I'm going to go apply for AT&T, you know, people work for AT&T. No, but
Oh, that's a great point, actually.
yeah, no one's doing nothing new under the sun. So like, just fucking do it.
That's amazing. What would be your dream role if you were like to like tell if Jordan Peele came to you right now with an empty checkbook?
And he should put that out there.
Manifesting that as well.
Yeah.
What would you say would be like your dream role?
You know what, Blue? People ask us all the time, and me being so open-minded and creative, I don't have a dream role.
You just want to play all the things.
I just want to play everything because I feel like I'm an actor, so why just one role to be my dream role? Every role my dream role. You feel me? I feel like I can turn everything something into. I mean, I can turn something. No, I can turn a role into something great.
I love that you're being so honest because it seems like you enjoy the play of it, right? And
Yeah.
I think a lot of people come to this town and they take themselves so seriously.
You
I'm like,
shouldn't.
are you still enjoying it?
Yeah, no, I never want to get to the point to where like, oh, this is stressful. This feels like a job, and I only got to be this way. I got to look this way for people. Like, no,
Right.
bro, like I don't give a fuck about looking a certain way for anybody.
How did you survive during the pandemic? Because I feel like when the pandemic happened, my first concern was all my actor friends.
Yeah,
Because they shut down everything.
yeah,
Like everything.
yeah.
Were you like, how did you survive? Because you all have some wild stories. When Norman was selling mattresses and
Yeah.
XY, and like Norman was hustling his ass off. And I was like, yo, that's amazing. But he made it. Like
Yeah.
every actor I know was doing some interesting stuff. Was your content, what was keeping you afloat?
Yeah, I was still, believe it or not, I think I got more brand deals like during that time for social media. So I was getting like paid like partnerships with people and shit. So that
Nice.
happened that way. And then also me and my family, we started like a kids pajama line. And so that was
You
helping
being an
too.
entrepreneur. Oh, I love that. Entrepreneur.
Yeah, entrepreneur Negro. Yeah,
So you were still getting direct deposits regardless of the
yeah, I was
pandemic.
still getting direct deposits, man, and we shut down somewhat, but me and my whole family, we were still like we still do print too, so they were still doing print jobs. We had like a
Okay.
few during the pandemic.
So would you call yourself a content creator or an influencer? Do you feel comfortable as a grown man owning being an influencer? Because that word has gotten
So yeah, I don't,
interesting lately.
because I think once you reach like I've been like doing comedy sketches and like I've grown my social media since like about 2015 when I first started making videos.
Oh, you were an
right?
OG before people realized how
Yeah.
much money was in it.
Yeah. I was honestly like one of 5 people who started doing videos on Twitter. You know what I mean? I actually, yeah, I was
love
like, yeah, I
that.
was like one of the first 5. I'm an OG on there, right? Supposedly. So, I don't really mind it because people are always gonna label you something regardless. You know what I mean?
What do you think people have the side eye just influencers though? Because there's a bit of a side eye that's starting to slip in when people say influencer. What is that about? Are they all just haters who are mad they're not getting paid for posts?
I think so.
Oh shit!
Not all.
Richie said, "Why are you mad?"
No, I'm not gonna say all, but like but I think we're all under like extreme conditions right now. You know what I mean? With social issues, with capitalism, with people are broke out here. People are hurt.
They're
people are
broke
angry,
and woke at the same time.
broke and woke. So then you see somebody who's getting this bread.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you said, you look back and be like, yo, I look at you and see my shortcomings. And I'm not saying those people are bad people, but we naturally do that as human beings.
Yeah, people do project a lot on you. I've had a lot of men come here. And one of the things I've heard several times offline is when I ask about what it's like being a man in Hollywood, particularly a black man,
Yeah.
they say that there's a cattiness with guys that we don't talk about. We know women can be catty.
Yeah.
But I've had a lot of guys be like, yeah, I started working so-and-so, and an older black gentleman, I thought he'd be my mentor.
Right.
Papa, can you hear me? And he ended up being a hater who was trying to sleep with all the young girls. Like,
Yeah.
what is it like having male friendships out here? So we always talk about women being catty and women
Right.
being competitive, but you guys have your own stuff out here too.
Yeah, for sure. I think there is some cattiness amongst men. You know
Ooh,
what I mean?
you gonna use that word?
Yeah, man. I
Men
do.
can be catty.
You be sassy. You know what I mean? Be honest. I would go call him you're sassy.
Rich called some of you sassy. He
I'm
made
just gonna
eye
be
contact
real.
when he said it.
Yeah, some of you guys
How
are.
do you suss out who's a bit of a hater versus who could be like brother? Because the episode's called Brotherly Love versus
Right.
who you want to have be a brother.
Right. Jean is like someone. I decided to suss it
Clearly,
out, right? Because
yeah.
we were going to a listening party, and somehow my publicist didn't have me on the list, and they were like, "Oh, we can't get you in." I'm like, "What the fuck you mean you can't get?" But they were letting. I'm like, "I'm talented. I know disrespect anybody else. They letting everybody else walk." I'm like, "Well, who's this? Who's that?" And I'm like, "I can't fucking get on."
And
my
you're
show.
actually talented,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm actually talented. And then I was about to leave, and Jean was like, "No, I got you. Don't worry about it. Like, don't trip. Like, don't. You know what I mean?"
Oh, I love
and,
that.
and me and Jean, we maybe spoken about a few times before that. We never really hung like that. But then that night we kicked it off, and like I'm like, see, this is what I preach, because I would have done the same thing for him.
So there's almost like a generosity. I will say there's two kinds of people I've met out here. Those who are generous and want to help you get access.
Yeah.
And those who even on their best day don't want you in the room with them.
No.
Why would I don't understand. I have a friend, I'm not going to mention his name, but he is doing really well, and suddenly he's not picking up people's calls.
Yeah.
Mind you, none of us want what he has. Like, we don't even have a similar hustle. But he started feeling himself and got real stingy.
Mm-hmm.
I am still in awe that this person who was so lovely when he was broke and trying to make it, done made it and doesn't want anybody in the room. Why do you think some folks are so threatened once they've made it? Because you would think once you have more to give, you'll be even more generous.
Because they don't believe in their shine. You know what I mean?
And the word you're gonna outshine them.
Yeah, they're gonna outshine them. They believe their light's gonna dim soon. Like me, I'm like, bro, like I said, I seen this coming from me a long time ago.
Rich is like, this is mine. None of y'all can touch
it don't matter to me. I'm not, and I don't feel threatened by anyone. I'm not, you know what I mean? I don't feel like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna list names, but people know, like, I putting people on, like, stuff that was for me. I'm like, yo, I think this dude would be great for it. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so it don't bother me none. Like,
were you always like that?
Yeah, because I'm huge on, like, just doing right by people. Not to say, oh, Richie's a good person, he helps me out, but more so to say that
you're a decent human.
Yeah, but and for them to, like, help somebody else too, like, pay it forward. Like, I did it for you just off the strength, like, and you do it to somebody else, and I think, that makes for a better world.
Where did you learn that from?
Shit, just me, I guess.
Because a lot of people, I say sometimes I wonder if people really are just bad people or if they just were never taught any better.
Yeah.
Was your family like that?
You know what? Yeah, I would say I can't say I completely learned it myself because I had a big family and we would have, like, it'd be like 40, 50 people.
Oh, generosity is built into big families.
Yeah. So
I'm an only child and I had to learn how to be generous through y'all. Like, y'all just giving it all away? Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's where it comes from. Like, my mom is a very thoughtful and giving person as well. My dad too.
Yeah.
So I guess I can't say it's just me. I'm just that nigga. No.
I get it. Born like
I get it. I get it from my folks. But I don't know, man. That's just like my biggest thing. I asked God, for this platform, but I said the biggest thing I want to do is be known, like, before I'm known as, like, one of the best actors, which I will be. Like, I'm going to win an Oscar and all that.
Yes,
shit.
you better
put
flex.
that out there. But it's to be known as, like, this was somebody who actually cared, who tried to make this world better than what, saying he received it.
Oh, this is so beautiful. Yeah. Aw, Richie, I love that you stayed. Yeah. Even though Mr. Hollywood had to go his writer's room.
Hey, he's a showrunner,
It is that is a flex to be a show. Like, that's amazing. And you know what I love? That there was a moment where he sat down and he was like, and he was talking about who was in the room and he talked as if he was looking out for you as well. And I love the way that when I see you, Jean, Norm, like, you guys always seem like you're looking out for each other.
Absolutely.
Like, Norm was talking to me and he was venting me one night. He was like, and Rich was over. And I was like, of course he was. And I was like, that is so dope that you guys have so much of a brotherly affection out here.
Yeah, man.
I kind of envy it. I want the sisterly version of that. But, like, it's been hard for me. If you had to encapsulate before we go, because this hour went by really fast.
Really fast.
What? I told you guys, it literally flies by.
It blew by. This was fun, though.
Please come back.
I will.
We're going to do another show. We're going to have Norm on this time.
Please have me back. Yeah.
We're going to have you, Norm, and Jean, and see if I can get a word in. Because that's going to be an interesting show.
Yeah.
What's the biggest thing you've learned from 2021?
Biggest thing I learned from 2021.
I've been asking myself that question a lot lately.
Is that it goes by fast. It goes by quickly. Everything.
True.
Like, I look back, I told my wife we were watching a movie it was Stepmom on Netflix.
I saw that.
Yeah, we was watching that, and the shit said 1998. And I said 1998. I'm 35, mind you. I said 1998 seemed like it was just like a couple of years ago. I can remember 1998.
I saw a meme that said 2000 is to 2021 what
1979.
79 is the year 2000. That's scary to me.
Scary.
Because what?
Yeah, so that's what it goes by. It goes by so fast, and as you get older, you say, older people always say, I don't know, some around thing that as you get older, the days move faster.
They do,
and it really has that. So really I just tell people right now, learn to just take advantage of it all, man.
All right, so as I said, because you were living the dream, and I believe energy is contagious, I'm going to hug you before you leave, so I'm hoping that whatever you got will come on to me.
Likewise.
So I will show up this time next year, be like, I'm married, and I got a husband, and I'm about to give birth to triplets or whatever. No, seriously, I really feel like you're like my first real example of what having it all in this town looks like in the non-flashy and more realistic way. Yeah. Because I know a lot of people who are like, it means getting an Oscar or getting a Grammy, which are great. But, like, the thought of who they go home to at night makes me sad. Yeah. Like, you're going home to mouth kiss your dog and try to figure out where your wife is. Like, that makes me sad.
You ain't going home to the throat goat.
Right. You know what? Full circle. The fact that Ronald Reagan was so mean, even though he was getting neck every night, crazy. Anyways, on that note, I just want to do the outro because apparently this is what helps the algorithm. Thank you for listening to Humanized. The show is sponsored by BlueCentricShop.com. We can get all your spiritual baths, intention candles, X, Y, and Z. If you like what you heard, please give us a 5-star rating because that does help us get more viewers. And I just want to thank you, Rich, and Jean, who's off in Santa Monica being a showrunner. I just want to thank you guys for being so generous because you guys didn't know this, but Rich was actually with his children and got the time wrong and somehow got here in the blink of an eye despite the miscommunication.
Had to make it.
I don't want to know what traffic laws you broke to be here on time. You were like, I thought it was 5. I was like, no, it's at 4. 17 minutes later, you showed up. I don't know where you left your son.
He figured it out, hopefully.
Rich, I appreciate you making time. I always say to people who make time for me, I always take note of that. And there's a generosity to your spirit that I always knew was there. Talking to you has just like made it even more obvious. Where can they find you, love?
Oh, man, you can find me all over social. At Richard Nevels, or Richie Loco, whatever. I got to do something. This Richard Nevels, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think the Richie Loco page will brighten your day. If you see Richie wearing a Rick James wig covered in red satin, is that an alter ego?
Yeah, it's one of my characters. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
please go check out Richie Loco. And do you know what Jean's handle is? Because we want to shout him out even though he left.
Yeah, Jean Elie. Yeah.
Yeah, Jean Elie, and I'm saying Jean in the proper Haitian way because Jean is my Haitian cousin because we're all cousins, and that's JeanElie.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys, please check them out. I love this episode. We definitely have to have you guys come on for a much longer taping because I feel like we barely scratched the surface.
Barely. I thank you guys for having us. I want to be back.
Humanized. Bye, guys.